Okay, I'm back in the garage. Yesterday I kind of drew a blank with this, trying to set everything up off here, and I kind of decided to go back to basics a little bit. So I just had to stop for a minute. There was a wasp buzzing around. So I did my best to align these yesterday. Kind of did okay, but I wasn't happy because they didn't appear to be in line. So what I've decided to do is, oh, it looks like my battery's going to run out. Go back to first basics. And I've got these two slabs of metal. Now these have been milled years ago. So that face and that face are parallel, and that face and this side are at right angles. So as everything is based off of this pivot, what I've done, I've cleaned the pivot on the side there. I've cleaned this, cleaned that, and I've butted them all together and then held them tight against the pivot. So in theory this face is at right angles to the pivot, because the blade comes down in a arc. And what I did notice, it isn't actually really at right angles to that, it's a little bit out, parallel to that rather. So that isn't necessarily the best thing to base all your setting up from. So what I did then is I've had a new blade in it, I ran it, and I had to adjust this one this way, because it was only running on this bearing, it wasn't coming anywhere near that one. Which is why what I remember, because I had to modify that washer before to bring this up. So anyway, that's the height is there. So what I've done now is, this is clamped to the table, and I've set these ball bearings against the edge of that piece of metal, and I've set them as best as I can vertical as well, by the same method, by holding it against that edge. So I'm hoping when I put the blade on and start doing some test cuts, it will come better. So I'm going to go and put the battery on charge for the camera, and I'll come back when I've set it up, and I'll get ready to set it all back up again and make a test cut. Hello, right, I've put a new blade in. I'll put the blade back in rather, and I think my best bet is to align this to the blade rather than trying to adjust these to suit that. So I'm just going to set this square there. I'm just reaching over the back. There. So as that get my little mallet. Hang on, where are we? Little gentle tap. I think that's close enough to make a test cut. Right, I'll set it up, make a test cut and see where we are. Here we are, just making the test cut. I had a problem getting the camera to start then, so I missed the beginning. The machine is running noticeably. Oh, the blade's just jumped off. I've tightened up the blade. There we go. Bang. Ooh, okay. That's not bad. When you raise it and lower it, very often the cut will have gone away like that, or the blade will be really pressing hard on that edge, but to be honest that don't seem too bad. So I'll just take it out and check it with a square. Right, that's marked the top, and this is the end that was cut. So if now you'll have to just take my word for it, but because I'm not going to be able to show you very well, but when I tested it like that, I'd say that was actually pretty good. You'll have to just take my word for it. I can only sense a very slight discrepancy. Similar to if I do it like that. In other words, the angle fore and aft this way is okay, but when I put it like right, this is the top, so when I do it like that, there's a gap by where my thumb is, so when I do that and bring it down, it touches at that end. So this one is pulling away, and when I do it down there, that one is pulling away. So in other words, this bit is further out than that bit, so I need to adjust both of these sort of in a little bit. The difficult thing to do is how to do that without without losing the kind of pretty straight alignment that I've got at the moment. The straight, I want to move them in but maintain the same relationship, and it might be that I just can't do that, and I'll have to just do it as close as I can and then readjust the angle to suit however the blade ends up, and I think that might be the easiest way of doing it. But to be honest, I'm quite pleased with it so far. Right, I've just done another test cut, and the squareness of this now is slightly out, but I can adjust that with that bit. Both of these are gone the other way to what it was before, front and rear. Actually, I might remeasure that one because I'm not so sure about that one, but certainly this one, which is this one is cutting in now rather than out, and I'll double check this one. So back in a bit, I'll make an adjustment and do another test cut. I did another cut and measured it again. It's gone the other way now, back to how it was the first time. But so what I've just done, no use trying to talk when it's doing the noisy bit. I've just tried to readjust it again, but what I did this time, I didn't really undo the nuts very much. I undid them just enough to slacken them slightly, and then tapped it with a hammer, feeling with my fingers that it was only making a very slight adjustment, and I've done that both ends. So let's have iteration number 3 and see how this one comes out. Hopefully, I mean, you can't aim for perfection with these, it's only a saw at the end of the day. Bang, there you go. So let's see how this one measures up, back in a sec. Well, actually, hand on heart, that's pretty good. This is the end that I cut, and that's the top. I know this tube's been ground here, but when you're just going to take my word for it, but when I go across all four faces, I need a light behind it, but when I go through all four faces, there's only a very slight, very slight, and that's over, what, about 5 inches? So I just welded that little tab back on. I just gave a little bead across there just to strengthen the other one, because they're very weak, to be honest. And I know it's not the best job in the world, but you know, it'll hold the guard in place. Shouldn't run a machine without guards. Plenty of people walking around with half a finger to prove that point. Okay, that'll do. I'm not trying to restore this thing, just trying to repair it. There's another example of a hybrid bolt. These are quarter UNC with a 10mm head. Funny, isn't it? I flattened out the basic sheet metal there, bolted it back on. Actually, funnily enough, I used this part of the table to you know, hammer it flat, so it's quite handy. And I've just bent that this little tab a little bit, and now the cover. Oh, the other thing I had to do was I had to bend the cover. The cover was bent here. It wasn't fitting very well, so I bent the cover a bit as well. This hasn't actually fitted for donkey's years, but so just put it on there and it snaps into place. So not great, is it, but better than getting your fingers caught. So that's that for the guard. The belt's on its last legs, and you can tell that by the fact that the motor's a long way down. I've just looked at the number on the belt, so another quick look actually. Hang on. Just looks at the number on the belt, A22. So we'll order a new belt, A22, put a new belt on, job done, and that'll bring the motor up then. So nice one. There it is, running. Not too bad, not too noisy, nice and smooth. I just had to kind of bend this around a bit. It was rubbing on that. It needs that new belt to bring it up. One other little thing I wanted to point out. Can you see, I'll turn it off. Can you see that the guard is dented there? This guard should be straight. But I dented that there, I hammered it in. And that was to create extra clearance. As you know, as you're cutting down onto something, this is what limits the depth of cut. So you're losing, you know, 1/4 inch of cut there with that guard. So you can hammer that down, and I might try and do a bit tidier job of that at some point, but just indicating that you can increase the cut on the machine by dressing that guard back to the casting there. Okie doke. Yesterday I was just doing my roundup of the sort of success of the adjustments, and I ran out of memory cards, so I'll just kind of finish what I was trying to say yesterday. This is the test piece, and with those adjustments I did yesterday, the final cuts, like I say, you'll have to take my word for it, and there's only the very slightest of discrepancy front on that sort of that alignment that way, and I can go on all 4 of these faces. There's just a very slight tendency to kick in there, and that's okay. Again, that's the front to rear, but measured on the other side, and that's measuring on the bottom. very slight, very slight, but absolutely bang on really for it's a saw. You know, you saw this, you bevel it, you weld it, and you align it when you weld it, or the welding pulls it out of alignment. So this isn't a milling machine, this is a saw. So to be honest, for the amount of work it's taken, and you know, I know it looks in a state, but that, just move that out of the way, I'd say that's a good working machine now, capable of giving some, you know, decent service. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to click like and leave a comment. I always appreciate when people leave comments. Thanks very much. Bye.